is up, guys? It's LogicLookss, and today, boys, we got another episode of the top snipes of the week for you guys, man. In today's episode, we got some crazy, insane Invincible Snipes for you guys. We also got some brand new Invincible Snipes from cards that just came out this past week, and we just got a ton of MT made from the community's best snipers. So we're gonna get into today's video, man. I'm very excited to hop right into it. Without further ado, let's get into it, man. Let's go. Okay, boys, so we're gonna get into all the snipes and all the crazy things that you ended up getting. Before we get into those, though, two quick things that we got to run through. Number one, if you have a snipe that you want to send in, my Twitter and my Instagram are going to be on the screen right now. Go ahead, send it in to me on DMs. I will look through all of them. You know, I picked the 10 best ones to include in these videos. So if you have a snipe you think can get into the videos, send it in over on Instagram or over on Twitter. I prefer actually you guys sending it to me when I tweet out. I usually tweet out Sunday morning or Saturday night, late at night, around like 8-9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I usually tweet out and ask for your best snipes. That's when you guys want to send it in. That's probably the best way to actually, you know, send me your snipes in, because it's all in one place. I get to look at it all at once, so you know I won't really miss your snipe, or you know you won't send it in late. So go ahead and do that if you have a snipe to send. Also, over 50% of you guys are still not subscribed to the channel, so if you enjoy the content, hit that subscribe button, man. It helps the channel out a ton, and it is absolutely free. And we're gonna get into the snipes, man. I'm excited. We got a lot of crazy ones this week. Let's hop right into it. I'm excited, man. Let's go. So, boys, getting into the snipes, man, we had some absolute crazy snipes in this week's episode. Now, obviously, one thing I gotta say is, I mean, we got some crazy content. I'm not gonna lie. We had a lot of crazy content that dropped this week. We had a lot of invincible cards that dropped in 2K this week. And to be honest, the filters were getting flooded with snipes. And we're gonna start it off with my boy Faded. Now, I gotta give a huge shout out to him on getting the first invincible snipe of this week's episode. He ended up getting himself a brand new invincible card that just came out on Friday. He ended up getting himself Kareem Abdul-Jabbar for 50,000 MT, which is kind of ridiculous because getting an invincible snipe is hard enough. Getting it for 50k, which is literally half of what you usually see a snipe for, is even crazier. So huge W to my guy Faded. Let me know how much you ended up selling that Kareem for. I would love to know. If I had to guess, it would be close to like that 500,000 MT range. I mean, Kareem is still pretty expensive, one of the better cards and one of the better big men in the game. So huge W to my guy Faded on getting the episode started off with a huge W. Then, of course, we got my boy Lonnie, and this one actually hurts because I hate seeing this right here, because if you guys don't know, I mean, all I gotta say is go check out Friday's video. That's all I'm gonna put it at. But my boy Lonnie ended up getting himself none other than Michael Porter Jr. for 100,000 MT, and this card right now is being taxed like crazy for some reason. Now, obviously, he's kind of the gatekeeper, I guess you could call him, of the Bobo collection. So obviously people are kind of price fixing him because he's pretty much the most expensive card that you need to get that invincible Bobo. And as you guys can see on your screen, man, this card is well over 800k. So I gotta give a huge shout out to my boy Lonnie. I'm making a cool little 700k plus MT profit. Huge W to him, man. Cannot go wrong with that. Huge W to the both you guys for starting off the episode on the right foot. So, boys, the next step we got on the list actually comes in from my guy Dan. And one thing I gotta say about my guy Dan is, bro, he ends up getting some crazy snipes each and every single week. I have no idea how he does it. This week alone, he probably had like 5-6 snipes that could have gone into the episodes, but I had to go ahead and choose this one right here. He ended up getting himself none other than Invincible Kevin Durant for 84,000 MT, which is just an absolutely huge come up. That card is still like 700-800k, and to be honest, he's really not as common as people think. Some people think he's actually kind of common on the market, but to be honest, there's probably like only like 20 Invincible KDs on the market, so it's kind of crazy that my guy Dan ended up getting one. So huge W to him. By the way, he also did end up getting himself an Invincible LeBron, an Mpj Snipe, an Invincible Dwight, an Invincible Kareem Snipe. He pretty much ended up getting every single card that came out in the market. So I mean, huge W to him regardless, man. One of the better snipers that I know. Huge W to Dan on that KD snipe, and of course on all his other snipes that he ended up getting as well. And then of course we got my boy TJ, who is a regular on these episodes by now, man. This man is on the episodes pretty much every single week. He ended up getting himself an invincible card as well, and he ended up getting himself, of course, none other than the GOAT, Michael Jeffrey Jordan, for 100,000 MT. Cannot go wrong with that right there, man. Huge W to my boy TJ on that MJ snipe. Nice little profit, and you can't go wrong with the GOAT ever. So, boys, the next snipe comes in from my guy Ethan, and I gotta give a huge shout out to my guy Ethan because he ended up getting himself one of my favorite players of all time, and of course one of the most rare cards in 2K21 right now, bro. He ended up getting himself none other than Invincible Allen Iverson for 100,000 MT. And if you guys actually take a look at the market on AI, bro, there really isn't that many AIs on the market right now. On PlayStation, there's actually only 3 Allen Iversons on the entire auction house, so it's kind of crazy that my guy Ethan ended up getting himself an AI for 100k. Huge W. You cannot go wrong with that at all, bro. rare. That is a very, very rare thing to do. So I got to give a huge shout out to my guy Ethan for getting probably the rarest snipe on this week's episode, because I mean there's only 3 of this card up on the market, which is kind of mind-blowing. I didn't really think there's only 3. This card obviously is around the price range of, I would say, like 250 to like 500k depending on when you sold it. So Ethan, let me know how much you ended up getting for your Allen Iverson. I would love to know, and congratulations on that rare Dark Matter snipe. And then of course we got my boy Amit. Now Amit ended up getting himself something crazy right here. I hope I pronounced your name right as well, bro. I apologize if I didn't, but my boy Amit ended up getting himself something crazy. He actually had to scroll to get this, and he ended up getting himself the card that I missed on Friday, bro. Of course, none other than Michael Porter Jr., my boy Mpj, bro, for 100k on a scroll filter, which is just absolutely ridiculous. So huge W to him, man. Congratulations. Keep up the good work. And I mean, I don't even know what to say. I could barely get an Mpj. I literally missed an Mpj on a regular filter. You got it on a scroll filter. I mean, that's just crazy. Keep up the good work, Amit. So boys, the next snipe on the list actually comes in from my guy Chris, and the Invincible Snipes continue to roll in, bro. I'm telling you, each and every single week we just keep getting more and more Invincible Snipes sent in from you guys. And my boy Chris, I hope I'm saying his name right, because I mean his Twitter's a little bit awkward, but I hope it's Chris, bro. I hope I didn't mess up your name. I apologize if I did, but he ended up getting himself an Invincible Snipe, and of course it was who some people think is the GOAT, who I would disagree with, but he ended up getting himself a LeBron James for 100,000 MT, a casual LeBron, which is selling for well over 1 million MT. So I have to give a huge shout out to my boy Chris for getting that LeBron James. You cannot go wrong with that at all, man. Keep up the good work on the sniping. Invincible LeBron is very hard to see. I haven't really seen that many Invincible LeBron snipes in general, but I mean, hey, shout out to my guy Chris on getting one. And then of course we got my boy Primes, and Primes ended up getting himself an Invincible card as well. Now Primes, you're gonna have to let me know how much you actually ended up selling this card for, because I mean it's kind of weird because his price has kind of fluctuated a lot. But my boy Primes ended up getting himself, of course, none other than Invincible Tracy McGrady, one of the better cards in the game, for 100k MT. And of course, if you guys didn't know, that card is actually on TTO Online board. So I mean, I don't know what his price exactly was at when Prime sold him, but if I had to guess, it could have been anywhere from, you know, 300 to 600,000 MT. So huge W regardless, whatever the case was, bro. 300k, 600k, still a lot of profit. Huge W to Primes, man. Keep up the good work. So boys, the last 2 snaps of the episode were actually both teammates on a specific team. I'm gonna let you guys guess down below in the comment section who you think they are, but the first one comes in from my guy Drimzy, and I gotta give a huge shout out to him for finally getting back into the episodes. He ended up getting an absolute banger of a snipe. He ended up getting himself an Invincible LeBron James as well, just like my guy Chris ended up getting himself. So huge W to my guy Drimzy on that LeBron snipe. You cannot go wrong with that at all. That card is still around 1 million MT. I mean, it depends when you sold him, but he's definitely over like 700, 800k. So huge W to my guy Drimzy on that LeBron snipe. Cannot go wrong with that at all, man. Definitely a huge come up. And then of course his teammate out in the Miami Heat, bro, my boy KDG, ended up getting himself none other than Dwayne Wade, Invincible D Wade, I should say, for 85,000 MT. That is another, you know, huge come up. I mean, that card is still selling for roughly around like 300k. So I mean, either way, huge W to my guy KDJ, huge W to my guy Drimzy, bro. I'm not gonna lie, that's kind of an alley-oop moment right there. LeBron to D Wade. Beautiful way to end off the episode, and beautiful way to end off this week's Top Snipes of the Week. Alright boys, that's pretty much gonna do it for this week's episode of the Top Snipes of the Week, man. Hopefully you guys did end up enjoying it. If you did, leave a like down below. Obviously, if you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button. If you have a snipe that you want to send in that might have not got in this week, bro, go ahead, send it to me on Twitter, send it to me on IG. Just let me know that, you know, you didn't get in last week and that you would like to, you know, try again for the next week, because I'll definitely look at them again. Sometimes the weeks are just too jam-packed. Like this week, for example, we pretty much had a little bit of a taste of everything. We had a bunch of Michael Porter Juniors, some Invincible cards, obviously LeBron, KD, T-Mac, Kareem, pretty much everything. Just crazy snipes from all of you guys. So shout out to everybody that was, you know, involved in the episode, man. Huge shout out to you guys. Millions upon millions of MT were made. Huge shout out to everybody involved, man. And yeah, it's pretty much it for the video. I love you guys, man. I will see you guys tomorrow with the no money spent sniping episode, most likely. If not, you guys will see that on Tuesday in a different video tomorrow. But I'll catch you guys, man. I love you. Stay safe, stay blessed. I'll see you, man. Peace.